Sweetwater, saltwater, Sydney water. We acknowledge the traditional owners in the Blue Mountains, Illawarra and Sydney metropolitan area and pay respect to their ancestors and future generations. This Aboriginal Cultural Heritage Awareness video has been produced to illustrate what rock shelters look like, where they tend to be found, their significance, and why we need to avoid impacts to them. This video is part of our due diligence and a practical measure to avoid the risk of harm to Aboriginal sites. It may also leave you with a deeper respect for Aboriginal cultural heritage and the importance of caring for country. Aboriginal rock shelters are important sites that can contain art, artefacts, middens, grinding grooves, potential archaeological deposit known as pad, even burials. They are found in sandstone country close to cities, in back or front yards, or in pristine settings in the bush. Rock shelters can be large and accommodate many people, form part of a cluster, or they can be small and discreet. Some are open, some are hidden behind rocks. They are almost always near a water source such as a creek and feature a drip line. North-facing rock shelters were probably selected as they were naturally warm. South-facing rock shelters were probably selected as a cool option during the heat of summer. Some rock shelters contain evidence of short occupation. Some contain evidence of hundreds or thousands of years of occupation. All Aboriginal rock shelters are significant. Art in rock shelters may depict people, stenciled hands or feet, tools or other implements, animals or their tracks, insects, resources, past environments and spirit ancestors as anthropomorphic forms. Some images are abstract, some art is unrecognisable. Post-1788 depictions of cattle and stenciled guns have also been found. In most cases, clay-based ochre is used as a paint. It may also be sprayed, or images are drawn using charcoal. The art is usually found along the back wall or under overhangs at about standing height or within reach of someone standing, but art can also be found in small niches or under low overhangs. The art may be faded or subject to erosion. It may also be obscured by graffiti, especially in urban areas. Caution is always urged before assuming nothing exists in rock shelters that fit the descriptions given in this video. You can always use freely available image enhancing software like D-Stretch to check whether art exists that is not evident to the naked eye. Aboriginal art represents belief systems as well as documenting traditional cultural practices. It can also offer an insight into the artists themselves, adult or child, tall or short, big or small, left-handed or right-handed, or where the end of a finger has been removed, it's likely to have been a female. It is one of the oldest continuous illustrations of thought. All art in Aboriginal rock shelters has high cultural significance to Aboriginal people and the wider community. It deserves the highest level of care and respect to ensure it is conserved for present generations and also for future generations.
Middens are the remains of past meals and occupation found in or just in front of a rock shelter. They can vary in size and depth. Remains of edible shellfish, fish, and animal bones are commonly found in middens, which help to document the environment that existed when the cultural deposits accumulated. Middens also include charcoal from fireplaces, may contain tools made from stone and/or shell, as well as burials. Middens are fragile cultural sites, vulnerable to exposure from wind and water, as well as degradation from ongoing human activity, as rock shelters are usually in ideal locations.
The types of artifacts found in rock shelters include shell fish hooks, shell scrapers, grinding stones, stone flakes, cores and scrapers, blades and/or ground-edge stone axes. Wooden shafts to which stone tools were fixed have also survived in rock shelters in the Blue Mountains. Aboriginal tools made of modified glass from after 1788 may also be found in rock shelters and are also significant.
Grinding grooves can be found in rock shelters as oval-shaped indentations, generally on flat sandstone rock outcrops, or on a piece of stone transported to the rock shelter. Grooves can vary in size, shape, and number. The grooves are the result of shaping and sharpening of stone axes or wooden spears. The process is similar to a whetstone, used to sharpen modern steel knives or other tools in kitchens or garages. Water was essential for the process. Always keep an eye out for rounded depressions in the rock shelter, which have resulted from grinding seeds and grains. As with all the grooves described so far, they will feature a very smooth surface.
Potential archaeological deposits, or pads, may survive within rock shelters. These are layers or features built up from past occupation, preserved below the ground surface. There may be no artifacts evident on the surface of pads. Finally, rock shelters may also be found in Aboriginal places. Aboriginal places are areas of special significance to the Aboriginal community who nominated them. The significance may be spiritual, historical, social, educational, or the natural resources that were utilised in the area. Two mechanisms within the current legislation may apply in the conservation of Aboriginal rock shelters or any other sites. Aboriginal places and Aboriginal sites may also be listed under the Heritage Act, which adds an additional protective mechanism.